As we've become more and more aware of the importance of sleep for all of our daily functioning, our thinking, our memory, attention, focus, concentration, people have become even more and more worried about their ability to get good quality sleep. And while we know that we want to focus on it, we want to prioritize our sleep and the importance of it for everything that we do, sometimes what happens is that our worrying actually contributes to insomnia and contributes to our inability to get quality sleep. We know that this negative cycle will begin where it's time for bed and we start thinking to ourselves, am I going to get enough sleep tonight? Maybe we have a big interview tomorrow or a presentation. Many people that are now returning to the office start stressing about, will they be able to get enough quality sleep to get up early and to commute and to be able to function throughout the day at work when they were used to working from home and on a different schedule. And then this negative cycle begins. We get anxious about our sleep. We start worrying. Our body physically responds and our heart starts beating faster, which makes it harder for us to fall asleep when we're revved up. And then as that continues, then we get less sleep. We start worrying about it and the cycle just continues. Many times it's also the way that we're thinking to ourselves about sleep in general. I should be able to go to sleep right now. I have to be rested or I won't be able to function. For anybody that ever has tried to force themselves to go to sleep, we know that the exact opposite ends up happening. So a few quick tips and strategies to help to change that and to be able to improve our sleep when we start to find ourselves worrying about sleep. One of the first things that we can do is to consider how accurate those thoughts are. Is it possible that yes, there are other times where maybe you didn't get a good quality night's sleep, but you were still able to function the next day? Can you realize that most people that have insomnia actually pool their resources better than people that just have one bad night of sleep and are able to function really well, even though they may feel extremely tired and exhausted? So this is where one tip is to examine the evidence. Really look through the number of times that you've had poor sleep and what have you been able to accomplish. Also, it's going to be to change up the way that we think about it in terms of not using all or nothing thinking. Instead of saying, if I've had a really bad night's sleep, I can't function at all, maybe we reframe that and say to ourselves, while I'd like to have gotten more sleep, I seem to be able to get by. Or I had a night where I really didn't sleep well, but I still was able to do a great job with that presentation, and my boss was really happy with me. Additionally, it's going to be changing up those should statements and need statements to think about them possibly as preferences instead. Instead of I have to get, I need a certain amount of sleep. Well, I hope I'm going to get that much sleep, but if not, I know that I will be able to function and get by. It's amazing how just taking some of that pressure off and shifting up that worrying will actually help us to get a better night's sleep. Be well.